About $365 trillion has been owned by only top 20% of the world's population. The world's run on many hidden patterns. One of the most powerful is the 80-20 rule, aka the Pareto Principle. Today I will show you how to use this technique to maximize your productivity, health, wealth and success. Hi ladies and gentlemen, I am Shivdas. I will break down how 80-20 principle at play in different areas of life. By the end of this video, I promise you will be able to discover why 80% of people miss out on what 20% dominate and how you can be the winning side. It's time to grab a pen and paper. What is 80-20 rule? The 80-20 rule was first discovered by Pareto, who noticed that 80% of the land in Italy was owned by only 20% of the population. He later found that this pattern repeats across various aspects of life. It states that 80% of the results comes from just 20% of efforts. You can use this rule to prioritize the task in a better way, in which brings most of the outcome by doing less. Real life case studies. This rule is everywhere. Let us see where the pattern continues. In business, 80% of the revenue comes from just 20% of the customers. Ask yourself, how some business earning more by working less? Because successful business don't chase every customers. Instead, they focus on most valuable 20% to maximize their profits. For example, Jeff Bezos earns 80% of the Amazon's revenue by 20% of his top selling products. In content creation, for most of the YouTube channel, 80% of the views comes from 20% of the video and 80% of the subscribers comes from 20% of the content. Instead of spending efforts everywhere, double down on what works the best. In investing, 80% of the wealth is created by top 20% of the asset. Hence, focus on the right return on investment, which plays a major role rather than low returns or no returns. For example, 80% of the Buffett's fortune comes from just 20% of his investments. Even in learning, 80% of knowledge comes from just 20% of what you study. That's why mentors suggest us to focus on the core skills that results in significant outcome. In language learning, just 20% of vocabulary is used in 80% of daily conversation. In productivity, 80% of results comes from just 20% of tasks. Therefore, identify high leverage tasks and finish it before moving into smaller one. The harsh truth. Even Mexico and Colombia has the highest working hours but low average income. On the other hand, Germany and Denmark works fewer hours but with higher average earnings. Before moving into next chapter, make sure you like this video if you learn something and share with a friend who really wants to know this secret. How can you apply into your life? First one, identify the area you want to improve. In my case, I want to grow 1 million subscribers on my YouTube channel. So I focus on content creation and growth strategies. I know you will subscribe to reach my goal. The second step is to track and analyze where our efforts go. While starting out, most of us, including me, focus on every small minute things like spending hours on designing logo, overcomplicating on YouTube banner, obsessing over the video tags. It doesn't make a huge difference. Find 20% of effort which makes 80% of the results. Instead, focus on top 20% of efforts like making high quality, valuable videos consistently, improving thumbnails and titles, engaging with your audience, which makes the 80% of the results. Try all, prioritize few, and double down on what works, because it helps us to gain more by working less. Hence, whatever field you are working on, whether it is business, productivity or wealth, you need to use this 80-20 rule to maximize your growth by working less. Start implementing these techniques. In a nutshell, I am not forcing you not to work for 100%. I am just guiding you to prioritize the top 20%, which moves the needles the most. If you enjoyed this, subscribe to my channel and my newsletter, Diversify Daily, where I share daily self-improvement, money and business insights. Alright, time to close the pen. Thanks for sticking with me. See you in the next one.